Now, the Supreme Court has suspended the October 14th order of the Bombay High Court acquitting Professor G.N. Sai Baba. The court noted that the charges against him are serious in nature. Remember, he's been accused of having links with Maoist groups. Ananya is getting us this piece of breaking news. Ananya, over to you.
Well, definitely, after a very detailed and a special sitting on, in fact, a Saturday, the Supreme Court, a bench headed by Justice M.R. Shah, had in fact suspended the October 14 order of the Bombay High Court, which had acquitted G.N. Sai Baba and 5 others only on the ground that there were no proper sanctions against them to prosecute them. And now the Supreme Court has noted that the charges against these accused persons are very, very serious in nature. In fact, the court, while it was hearing this particular appeals filed by the state of Maharashtra, also noted that even use of a brain in such terrorist activities can be very, very dangerous. Though the statement was made in general, but then it was an important observation that had come in from the Supreme Court while it was hearing this particular appeal. In fact, what has also been said by the court while it was dictating its particular order into this particular case is that if at all the state succeeds in fact completing these charges against all of these accused and they are convicted, it is a very serious matter, and in fact it affects the sovereignty of the nation, and it was a dangerous plan that these accused persons were actually hatching. They had met the commanders of various Naxalite outfits, and in fact the whole attack was on the democracy of India, and it could have been lethal if at all this plan would have been successful.
Right, Ananya, before I let you go, can you take us through the charges that G.N. Sai Baba actually faces and the evidence that has been mounted against him?
Well, G.N. Sai Baba and others have actually been convicted by the trial court for having links with Maoist groups and to hatch criminal conspiracy in order to wage a war against the country. They are charged under the sections 13 and 15 of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, one of the very, very stringent provisions of the UAPA. In fact, it has also been stated that they were also trying to disrupt, the normalcy in this Kashmir Valley. Also, however, the major role comes up for their Maoist links and how they were in touch with the Maoist groups in order to attack the security forces in various areas and to create disturbances and to disrupt the social fabric of the country.
Right. Thank you, Ananya, for joining us on the broadcast with that piece of breaking news. So after the acquittal by the Bombay High Court, the Supreme Court has suspended that order given the serious nature of the charges. Remember, G.N. Sai Baba, as Ananya was pointing out, was convicted of having those links with the Maoist groups, and he had also been convicted of trying to wage war against the nation by targeting the security forces in cahoots with those Maoist groups. We'll continue